Hey, what's going on folks? This is Christian, and if you're enjoying the content I'm uploading to the channel, then feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to offer any suggestions on board games you'd recommend we review. Finally, if you're interested in joining our AOS campaign, then head over to our Discord and become part of the story.
Alright guys, so this is it. I'm the Naalu. Again, it's going to be quite difficult to try and obviously, win this game with 3 player because I'm got dead ends right here, got the asteroids, got the null space, but I can try to go for Mechatol Rex. Again, I mean, Jo-Nar and Josh has gone for the Lions, I've gone for obviously Naalu Collective, Jo-Nar, the Universities of Jo-Nar. It's going to be interesting because I think I'm more of the warring faction out of the 3 of us. So it's really just need to see how it plays out. I'm going to try and be peaceful, but if obviously the objectives are in the way, then I'm just going to have to do some conflicts. So we'll see how it goes anyway. So yeah, wish me luck. I'm going to be basically over here, venturing. I'm going to probably I'm not going to gun for Mechatol Rex straight away. I'm just going to venture around, collect some mini planets, build a quite good defensive force, and then see where it goes.
Cool. So for just starting now, I've gone the fish people that basically just rely on research, and they get a -1 to every combat roll. So avoiding war is probably one of the best things for me to do. Just focusing on my technology and trying to make some alliances. Josh has got a trade faction. So if he plays them the way they're meant to be played, he'd probably be a good person to try and be friendly with. Josh being Josh though, I think he'll get bored of trying to be friendly with people after about 10 minutes and he'll start attacking everyone. To his own detriment. Chris has gone a bit of a more militaristic faction as usual, and he likes to provoke people. If there's a good chance he's going to make a dart to Mechatol Rex because he gets first initiative on every single round. So if he gets Mechatol Rex, he can just pick Imperial every single turn and not worry about the initiative order for that. So yeah, basically what I'm going to try and do to start with is just be everybody's mate as usual. Get a bit of economy built up. As you can see, I'm a bit lacking on double planets that everybody else has got these doubles around them, so it might be difficult really to avoid conflict if I just want to build an economy because everybody else is just going to be able to snowball me. So that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds, just because if I do try and go passive like usual, I might get left behind because I've got this blockade of no resource here, and then same again there, whereas they don't have the same kind of issue on their side. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but that's the plan.
Okay, so I've gone as a trading faction, which I'm not too sure it was the smartest move in a 3-player game, because it's essentially going to have to team up with someone. I'm thinking Jo-Nar is probably the best bet to team with, just because he's the least aggressive of the 2. But that being said, he does build up quite a strong army as the game goes on, so I might need to prepare for potentially an end game battle with Jo-Nar, or just try and ride my luck with the objectives, with the victory points. I'm essentially, there's a barrier here between me and Jo-Nar, so neither of us can go past here up to Mechatol Rex. So I'm essentially going to ignore any expansion into this area and just try to dominate up to here. Obviously there's a blank space there, so I'm going to try and maybe use this as a battleground state and take these 6 or 7 planets and essentially build a bit of a economic base. Ride it out and see how it goes. I don't think Chris and Jo-Nar will go to war. I think Chris will more likely come to me. So I might need to get quite defensive quite early, but that's the general plan at the moment. I don't quite know how to win. It's my third game and I'm still not too sure. But I'll give it a good go.
Okay, so that was quite a slow turn one. So basically, I moved up ever so slightly. To be honest, I've only captured 2 planets in this turn, which is quite slow. Ideally, I wanted to obviously try and capture more. My planet resource is pretty minimal at this point. But, you know, it is what it is. I've built a few more destroyers, just for a bit of pace, just get out there and, you know, test the waters a bit. At least get a bit of a fleet going. On top of that, I am speaker now, so that's good. So I've chosen the leadership and warfare. So again, get the command tokens in from leadership, and warfare is so I can look to capture more planets around the system. Gives me that kind of, you know, buffer zone that I'm looking for. Jo-Nar has actually moved quite far. He had the warfare last time. It's enabled him to obviously jump. He has got a lot of single planets around, so he wanted to try and get out there. At least that's what he's seeing. And he's also built a space dock quite close to the board, well, right on the border to me. So far, everything's peaceful, everything's going according, you know, casual, peaceful. Josh is doing some trading with us all as well. So again, that's obviously, everyone's all nice. For now, one of the objectives though is trying to basically capture tech planets, which I need to go through Jo-Nar to get. So that is what it is. So I need to be peaceful, but I need to surprise attack. I need to do something like that. But I need to be mindful as well, because I think both of them are trying to do a peaceful campaign, where if I obviously am the aggressor, then that would tip both of them against me, potentially. We'll see. But yeah, so far, 0 objectives claimed by myself. They're all pretty tough. So yeah, it's a very slow start.
Right, it's going interesting. No big moves apart from Jo-Nar, who's made a big push over here. But I think that's either just to establish his dominance. But interestingly, Chris has also come this way, which has left this side of the board completely empty. So I'm hoping to kind of pounce and come up to this spot here, if you can see that here, to draw a line between me and Chris. I also realised that Jo-Nar can cross asteroid fields. So neglecting this corridor is going to be a mistake. So I'm thinking I need to fortify this area and push to these 2 and see where it goes from there. I think Chris is probably going to try and venture into here next turn. He has got the carrier, so he's at least going into here. So I think if I just jump to here, I'll have a good start there. Maybe force them to fight over Mector Rex. Now build a bit of an empire on this side. Trade relations has gone okay so far. No reason for any kind of confrontation. So yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game.
So yeah, like I said before, I was pretty concerned about my economy if I did just try and turtle up. So I've made a pretty quick beeline out here, so I don't get kind of trapped in this corner. You know, it can work to my advantage defensively being here, but also just because of the economic value of a lot of the planets, I could really do myself over. So yeah, I've made a big push out. Hopefully Chris doesn't take it as too much of a threat and start attacking me straight away. But yeah, we'll just play with that as it happens. What we did was, so Josh had the technology card last round, so he played that. I managed to spend some money and research both technology, so I've got both of my faction specific techs come through. So yeah, now basically I'm gonna take the rest of these 4 planets either on this turn or next turn. Probably build a bit of a defensive blockade there just to protect myself. And try not to provoke anybody and just try and continue some kind of peace talks or building alliances for a little while and see how we go. Yeah, not too much else to report for now.
So again, I've expanded a bit over here, conquered a few more planets, which is again what I wanted to do. I've got 2 more planets here that I need to get. I'm not being overly aggressive. I was hinting that I may attack because, look, bang bang. Josh has moved up his forces. He's got a space station, Jo-Nar space station, Dreadnought. I need to do something, right? So, yeah, I'm just gonna have to see how it goes. I'm gonna take over these 2 planets here. Obviously try and consolidate a bit more. I need the tech anyway. And yeah, Josh and Jo-Nar are definitely, there's an alliance there. I know full well. And should I do a preemptive strike? Guaranteed that it's going to come back at me. But I've got a ceasefire from Jo-Nar. I could attack Josh. I do need the extra tech anyway, which is the planet here. So then I'll have another objective, which is playing the game, right? I need objectives. There's no way of completing an objective otherwise. We're doing 14 as well, so we need to speed things up. And the other tech is over here in Jo-Nar's side, which is, again, I'm gonna have to go through one of them to get the tech. And same with Josh, to be honest. And Josh, with alliance with Jo-Nar, predicting to unlock that, he's gonna have to take 2 planets here, which are these 2. Yeah, I think I just need to build up. I've unlocked the tech for the fighters, which is good. For the Naalu, it means they can fly solo, and also attack on the planet as well, which is also a good thing. They can do that anyway, but it's just good to note. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to try and consolidate build and see what happens next time.
Right, turn 3 I think it is. As I said in my last blog, I wanted to shore up here. I have no intention of going into battle with Chris, but I know Jo-Nar is trying to push him my way. Fair play. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets over here that I've not touched that I really need to start building on. So this turn I'm just going to try and shore up those areas. Maybe build a couple carriers to get some troops over there. It's going to be a little bit difficult to hop it. I think I'm just going to get this one here just to stop Jo-Nar. This is going to be safe. So I'm going to try and get these 2, probably this one first. So these 2 right here are my main targets. And then I'm just going to hold the line really. I don't think Chris is looking this way, so I might sneak something over there, but otherwise I'm good. I think just trying to keep the peace, so to speak.
So I didn't really do too much last turn. I'm pretty much in the same position. I think I took over one more, these 2 planets that I didn't have previously. I did a bit of research, so I've unlocked the War Sun, and I've also got hypermetabolism, which allows me to get an extra action point each turn. I'd done a trade deal with Josh where he had my race specific card, which allowed him to copy one technology that I got. So Josh got the War Sun as well, which is what I unlocked. The reason why I went for the War Sun is that Chris here was massing a bit of a force, and also he made some little comments about coming for me. So I wanted to scare him off a little bit. I might have gone a bit too far with that, where I was getting a bit too worried. So I didn't even trade, I just gave him my ceasefire card, just to try and ease tension between us, because the way that I want to play today is I'm happy just not to get into any battles with anybody. I tend to play like that anyway. I won't attack anybody unless they attack me, and that's sort of how I'm intending to go for it. Relationship seems to be reasonable with Josh at the moment. He doesn't seem to be too interested in coming for me. I think this is a bit of a deterrent here, because he can't actually get through here to me. Well, he could go through the asteroids, but there's less incentive to do that. And also, Chris is building up a force, so he sees him a bit of a threat, so I think he's looking to engage with him first. Whether that happens or not, we'll see, because Josh is always a bit of a wild card, just shooting guns everywhere. But yeah, hopefully the tensions have eased a bit with Chris. him and Josh are building tensions a little bit, so maybe they'll go after each other. And my plan is really just to continue expanding here, grab these extra planets. I've actually got a secret objective of having a ship next to one of the other players' home planets. So obviously with stuff still being not too great with Chris, I'm probably going to avoid that, and there isn't really a straight way to get there. So I might try and get just a destroyer over here, because they're quite harmless anyway. See if I can get a victory point that way. Plus I also have a special technology that anytime somebody enters activates, either I think it activates the system with my shipping, I get four trade goods. So if I start moving destroyers that have got 2 movement into planets that and encouraging people to move their ship in, it costs me one resource to do that, and if I build it with something else, then it's free because I've got Sarween tools. If they destroy it, I'm not bothered. I get 4 trade goods back. So worst case scenario, I'm profit of 3 trade goods. Best case scenario, I'm profit of 4. So I'm going to try and build a bit of an economy that way. And see how that works for me. But for now, just trying to take a bit more because I get a -1 on all of my combat rolls. So if I can improve some of my fleet a bit to make them a little bit more resilient or scary, and then also get one of the objectives, which is having two ships upgraded. That'd be brilliant, just to get score another point. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. My plan for this turn really is we've got the trade strategy card, so I'm going to get some more cash in again, building that economy. Got my technology again, so I'm going to plan on doing a bit more research. Haven't decided what direction I'm going in with that yet. Probably another ship of some sort, like I just mentioned, and then something else. I'm interested to see who goes for Megator X. I'm quite happy just to leave it there for now and not take it myself, just because I don't want to put a target on my back. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Hello, so interesting, right? Awesome. So basically I've got 2 Warsons on the border, although I do have a ceasefire from Jo-Nar, the Universities of Jo-Nar, and I've also got a ceasefire with Josh, so that's the Emirates of Hacan, Emirates of Hacan. So I've got a ceasefire. I can attack Jo-Nar technically, but at the same time, if I do that, I've got a ceasefire still with Josh, so I could potentially attack here. And obviously I've got ceasefire in case he tries to take my lands here. It's just a case of Megator is still free. Jo-Nar's taking Imperium, so he may go for Megator, which puts a tag on his back, kind of. Well, it always has during our games. I've got plenty of fighters. I don't know, to be honest, I'm trapped. There's literally nothing he can do. Apart from, I think this is where we're going to see a bit of conflict. A few battles happen, because some of the objectives now I need to capture planets. So with the tech, and also you have to have X number of planets, so I need to actually get, to actually capture some planets and occupy them. So my plan is, to be honest, I don't have one, I'm a reactive player. Let's see what happens. Oh man, it's basically the 2 tech planets are here that I need 1 more planet, and the other one's here. I have to get through Warsons on either side. It's tricky. I mean, I could technically move my fleet here and then go capture this planet here. Give the intention that I'm going to take Megator, but I don't, and then it gives me that planet there. But again, that's going to be in front of Jo-Nar. I'll leave that planet unprotected. Ooh, did anyone? No, Josh has got warfare, so he could attack. I do the ceasefire, and then he plays warfare, takes the token and plays it back and attacks me, so that's not good. Need to keep an eye out for that. I think it's just a turn of building up forces. Again, just reacting to them, because there's not much you can do. 2 Warsons, so either way, see how it goes.
Right, so an interesting development. My plan has gone off without a hitch so far, so waiting for the other shoe to drop. Start paying a little bit of attention to this area because John and I can both traverse here, despite the fact that it looks like it's blocked off with a supernova and an asteroid field. I've secured this area with a war cell, and I've got I'm just going to plan to expand in there and take this bit, and then essentially it's just going to be a bit of a fortress. I'm not too sure if I want to go for any of the objectives. I've got some cards up my sleeve, literally. This turn is going to give me a load of trade goods, so I'm planning to just build as much as I can and then kind of just chill, just have fun. I don't think I'm going to go for the win. If I do, then great. I kind of feel like Jo-Nar's got the edge, as he always does. That being said, I feel like he's so weak down here. If we do decide to turn it on, we can attack, or I can attack from these directions. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I've managed to get a ceasefire with Chris, so I don't need to worry too much about him coming in from the blue side. Just have to wait and see, I guess.
So yeah, I've captured or occupied all the planets in my little pen that I kind of have here. Which kind of leaves me in a tough position because there's a new objective that's just came out, which says you get 2 victory points if you own 12 non-home planets. So obviously I'm 3 short of that and I've got nowhere to go. Chris is struggling, but Josh has just got as much available to him as he wants, essentially. There's Megator Rex there. I don't currently have any interest in taking it. I might just let somebody else do that, and yeah, I just don't want to start anything, to be fair. Let other people put targets on my back. I'm happy just to sit here where I am at the moment. There's other objectives that I can get, spending 8 influence, spending 5 trade goods. You know, I've got a decent economy that I've managed to make here, mainly just by taking the trade card continuously. The Imperial card had 3 trade tokens on it, which I've just taken, and I've been doing a bit of trade with the other guys, so I've managed to keep a good economy going. So I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Plan for this turn is, so I've got these guys here, so I'm just going to fly them into planets that other people will want and activate because of my technology. That means if they activate a planet with one of my guys in, I get 4 trade goods. So yeah, that's the idea basically. Just to farm him, these 2 here for trade goods, and just see what I can get out of that. I'm going to try and get this dreadnought into here as well. I might need to at some point soon put an extra point in my fleet capacity because it's currently only on 3, and I'd like to get my capital ship and put that in there as well. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm going just yet. I'm going to use these guys, my carriers, to ferry over some fighters into this region as well. One thing I do need to watch for is if Josh starts building up some kind of force over here, with him coming through there. He can't get through here, but he could come through there. So maybe just having some kind of defence force set up somewhere. I don't think he's ready to come for me yet, just because he'd come through this corridor and most of these ships have got 2 movement anyway, so I can get to him if I need to. Obviously it'll leave me free. But for the meantime, for a turn or 2 it'll do. Although I do need to get an extra defence fleet just in case he does decide to spin on me. But yeah, so I'm going to play the trade goods. Somebody else has got the research. I'm going to research 2 more technologies again this turn and keep pumping up my ability that way. I've got a secret objective, like I mentioned, to get a ship in next to a home system, so I'm going to try and do that. I've got Imperial, but I don't want to take Megator Rex, so I'm planning on getting an extra secret objective this turn. Hopefully it'll be a decent one. In terms of tensions, I think, you know, Chris is worrying that he's kind of put in a corner, which is fair enough. You know, he's got some decent planets here, but Josh has pinned him in there. I've pinned him in there because I don't have enough here to survive off. So I can see something breaking out between them 2 soon, unless they decide that I'm the best target, because combined they could easily take out what I've got there, so I just need to be aware of that. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Jono versus Chris for Mechatol Rex.
No hits.
0 hits for Jono.
Okay, so I think my ships, let me just have a look, I think it's just one shot each, isn't it, for the fighters?
Yeah, it is.
Hit, one shot each, 7 hitting on 7s. So how many fighters have I moved in? 2, 4, 6, 6 fighters. Whoa! 7s, that's 1, 2, 3, yep.
Dead.
Pew pew pew! Alright, so.
Hitting on 10s.
Nope. Hitting on 7s.
No hits. I retreat in a bit.
Well, it should have been, yeah, declared, but I get it. I'm guessing you're doing that. Cool.
Run away.
Run away!
Run away.
Run away, run away, run away now.
Okay.
So the little jab that we've done on Jono's corridor here did what we thought it would do. It antagonized him a little bit. So he's building up a bit of a defense here. But I've got my army down on this side here, which is going to look to essentially railroad into the middle. So that's kind of the plan. Hopefully Chris does take Mechatol Rex. That's what we need him to do. If he doesn't, things might get dicey. But I'll keep my army around. I think what I want to do is essentially take out Jono's security and hopefully inspire a little bit of action from him. Jono can't attack Chris, he can only attack me. So this whole skirmish going on here, it's all Chris. This is Chris's battle to win. Jono can't start the fight. So that's only going to happen when Chris has the capabilities to take on this chunk here. Therefore, I would be careful down here. I don't quite know how Jono's doing the victory points, so I think I might just build up a bit of a base, and then next turn, it's my way to attack.
Ooh, right. So it's getting quite tasty now, isn't it? So we've got a war sun here. We've got a war sun there and there, and another war sun on Jono's sun planet. So each player has 2 war suns. I have 0. Victory point wise though, goes Josh, me, then Jono. But again, very early days. You know, we'll see how it plays out. I'm tempted. I just need 1 victory point, and then so what I'm thinking of doing is there's a planet here which could take, and then that's it. Always 1 right here, and I need just 1 planet, and then get the objective. Bugger off, you know, retreat if necessary. And then, because one thing you can't do is an all-out war, so I just need to get objectives, basically do like a pirate kind of thing, so, you know, in and out. And try not to hold things that I can't hold, like Mechatol Rex. You know, I take that, I'm going to take Mechatol Rex this turn, get 2 victory points. And then, in fact, I get 3 victory points. I'm going to get 2 for Mechatol Rex. And then if I take this, then that'll be an extra 1 when I play Imperial, because I've got Imperial too. So that'll give me 3, which is good. And I think I've obviously got to be worried. I like the, you know, this scenario here, it plays out quite well. So Josh is in quite close to Jono, but at the same time, Jono's fleet is over here as well. Not that strong, but well, it's got Warson and his flagship, so it's pretty strong. But yeah, it's interesting. See what happens.
So towards the end of the turn, this fleet appeared, which got me worried a little bit. So these are all actually at my home, so I started turtling up a little, building my forces, because it seems like everybody's coming after me, you know. Although Chris hasn't shown any signs of aggression yet. You've got quite the fleet around this planet. And you got these guys coming in from here. Obviously, he can now bypass me and come that way if he wants to. So I've got a feeling there's a little bit of an incursion coming for me now. Something to worry about. So thankfully one of my technologies allows me to, if I activate this system, it is then counted as being adjacent to all of my other systems with ships in. So I'm lightly on my first turn just going to activate this and get this fleet in there, so that I don't have anything so I can defend myself basically. If Chris tries to come through here, I can sandwich him. You know, I don't want to attack either of them, but the point is I've got ways to defend myself if needs be. I scored one of my secret objectives just by finishing the turn with a ship next to Chris's planet. But yeah, the plan is for next turn, the same as it has been for most of it, in terms of keep my economy going. I did use up a lot of my economy last turn, but try and keep that going. Keep researching, keep taking up. There's an objective now to having 2 of each the techs, so I'm only missing on 1, and I was planning on researching a red one this turn anyway. So yeah, hopefully things don't go too badly for me. You know, it's pretty open here if Chris does decide to go in Josh's direction, but I've got the feeling that they've got a bit of a deal going on right now that I need to be a bit wary of. Either way, I think the initial attack's going to happen between me and Josh, so that's going to leave Chris in quite a good position, because one of us, if not both of us, is going to be much weaker afterwards. So it's going to leave him able to capitalise on things basically. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
This is the system we are fighting over. Chris the blue, Jono the purple.
Come on, destroy this.
Getting picked on. Fighter rolls hits on a 10. Just got a hit.
Oh,
Take that.
Before you hit though, my destroyers need to shoot.
Not having it. Not allowing it.
On a 9, is it a 9?
Yeah, it's a 9.
So
Rolling 4.
yeah.
4 hitting on a 9. No hits.
No hits.
So
Nice.
one of your guys is going to die in a second,
Yes.
but you get to shoot with everything else first.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the destroyers again. Might as well do destroyers there on a 9. The flagships on a 9. They get 2 shots. Oh, watch me. 9.
9.
No.
No. And then
Right. The fighters.
hitting on an 8. 7.
7.
Hitting on a 7.
That's 4 shots. Right. Yeah.
You hit a 10,
Yeah,
it's
hit,
dead
yeah.
anyway.
So I lose 1 as well.
Lose a fighter each, I presume.
Get rid of destroy.
Or destroy him.
And then invasion. Bombardment. Nope, no bombardments. Because my flag sheet, it doesn't even have bombardment.
Cool.
Okay,
Give us an extra
so-
dice, because I got 2 people, and you can commit your fighters if you want.
Yeah. So I'm going to do fighters.
1 second.
During invasion in this system, you may commit fighters to planets as if they were ground forces. When combat ends, return the fighters. Okay.
How many are you hitting me with? All of them?
Everything.
In that case, parlay. After another player commits units to land on a planet you control, return the committed units to the space area.
Okay.
So, take that out for YouTube.
Before you do that, I'm going to use sabotage.
Reverse card.
Sabotage.
Right, in that case, come on boys, sort them out. Hitting on 8s. 1.
And 7s.
Yeah.
2.
Bye.
Oh. Huzzah!
You tried your best.
How do you feel about that, Chris?
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
So, I was going to attack Jono, and I thought it might be interesting to attack Chris and take out this little supply chain here. But apparently I misunderstood how any of the rules work. So I've kind of given up with any kind of plan. And I'm just going to build and hold and see what happens between Jono and Chris. And then maybe pick bones off whoever things, but it's kind of come to a natural end for me now. So I'm just going to sit and build.
Okay, so I've taken Megatorex. I did take this planet here from Jono to unlock the technology to score the objective, so it's good. I'm on 9 objectives at the moment. Josh is on 8 and Jono is on 5. So I have spread out a bit. There has been a bit of obviously bloodshed going on here. Josh tried to take Megazord, but then obviously realised that I had a ceasefire, so he's kind of pulled back from that, which is fine. And then, well, it obviously shows intent, right? But then he was aiming for obviously Jo-Nar as well, but then he pulled back from that. So I think we're being a bit tense at the moment. But I still need more planets, and I think because of attacks Jo-Nar, I think he's a bit sore with that still. Although he's basically leaving a fleet right near my home system, so I need to deal with that. But then again, Josh's system's right here as well. I've got hold of Megazord still. Yeah, objective-wise, I still need to obviously capture a few more things. Almost done with one other tech, which would put me on 11. So again, that's eased me towards 14. I think capturing that many planets ain't achievable unless I go all at war, but I can't fight on two fronts. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to see what the next two objectives are, the next one objective, because I really just need to unlock those two. But then again, they're quite difficult. Secret objectives are absolutely pants. So yes, it's going to be quite hard. I think I need to capture 4 cultural planets. I've got 2 so far. But to do that, I need to basically go to war. So, interesting times. I'm still sticking at it. We'll see how it goes.
Well, so we just got into the next round. We've got to record the video when we were meant to. So a couple of things that happened is last turn Chris was in here. Chris moved into here and took this planet from me, which I wasn't particularly happy about. So I used my technology to jump a fleet over there and scare him a bit. So I built this to hopefully deal with me. Then we voted on a couple of laws. One of them doesn't really have too much of an impact on the game. It just meant that the way that it turned out meant that Chris and Josh got an extra victory point each. And then we had another law come in where they both used up all of their votes on the first law. So I was winning no matter what, essentially, which meant that now the fleet cap is 4 for everybody, unless they can find a way to get rid of that law. The most amount of ships you're allowed in a system is 4, which works brilliantly. Because I just researched, in the last turn I researched this, which is assault cannons. So it starts space combat in a system that contains 3 or more of your non-fighter ships. Your opponent must destroy one of their non-fighter ships. So anytime somebody comes to fight with me, because all of my systems have 3 non-fighter ships, they automatically lose one of their ships. Which gives me a really big advantage. I think Josh is a little bit salty about it, but it is what it is. He just tried to attack me here with this fleet until he realised that I'd researched that, and we let him reverse and go back because he wasn't happy about it, basically. I've told Chris that if he moves this fleet back from here out of neutral space, then I might not attack him there. Although I think I might. I'm in a bit of a weird spot now because my usual thinking is I won't attack you unless you attack me. And although Chris has attacked me and I've had to go back, Josh just tried to, but I let him reverse. So he did technically attack me, so I'm probably going to have a go at him in a minute. I'm likely to move this fleet into here. This one's already been actioned. I just moved them out of there. At the start of this turn, I just moved this fleet from here and chased Chris back. He used his faction ability, Foresight, which allowed him to move out of there. But yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting turn. I think we're going to have a few battles. I just need to decide who exactly I'm gunning for, see if I can get myself some kind of treaty or something. Chris is the more amenable player depending on what mood he's in. But I'm in a difficult spot if I need to end up fighting both of them. Josh's fleet over here is quite worrying, but at the same time I get to knock down one each time I go into it, and it's a bit of a corridor we can't get through. And he's got to come through Chris this way, so I'm not sure. I might have a go at both of them because neither the fleets here aren't that scary. I automatically destroy one of them, although he's got a good ship, a good fleet there. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do. I might just react to their to their actions. But yeah, there's going to be a bit of combat this turn. Hopefully, their friendship kind of dies a little bit, and I can convince them not to be so friendly. But we'll see what happens.
Right, some action is about to go down.
My first combat of the game.
So yes, Josh against Jo-Nar. Pew pew. Oh, it's gonna be tasty. Warsons. In all honesty, look by the way it's the way that's situated right there.
That was the
I love
intention
it.
of that.
Absolutely awesome. There we go. This is the action.
We'll put that in there. Cool. Right, let's do some die.
Yeah.
Right, what and who goes first?
Fighters always shoot each other first. He goes first. The destroyer gets to shoot at the fighters. So he gets 2 shots.
2 shots, yep.
Hitting on 10.
Okay. Oh, hang on 1 second. I'm glad that happened. So just to clarify some of the things that I've got here. I know you probably have some stuff yourself. When I use bombardment or space cannon.
Yeah, you only use that when you attack the planet, though.
Got it. So
Yeah.
that's irrelevant. Let me.
Let's quickly take you through this.
So at the start of the combat round.
So right now, before we
Yeah,
shoot
I'm
each
just going
other.
to play morale boost. It doesn't make a difference. I +1 to result of all my combat unit for combat rolls.
Cool. I'm going to sabotage the out of
Okay.
So that's another beep.
that. My bad.
All good. Alright, so Jo-Nar has launched his missiles from his destroyer, which is this ship over yonder.
Do you want to roll for your
So
units?
it's time for
So anything that hits
Oh,
on
the QQs.
9. So roll your
What, my fighters?
Fighters first. They're hitting on 9. So.
That's 2
7 under
misses.
1. Nope.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to roll. All hitting on 10s.
2, 4, 6, 8. All of these.
Oops. Any 10s?
None.
You're all a bunch of poo-heads. Look at all those
9s and us,
some
all
9s in there as well.
Oh damn! The
Cool.
fishes can't shoot.
Okay, so what's my what was my
Your Warson hits on
No, not my Warson, sorry, my Dreadnought.
Dreadnought hits on 5, mate.
There's 1 shot here.
One
Yeah.
shot on 5s. 6.
6.
That's a hit.
So that's 1.
I fired.
So just remember, I got 1 hit to take in a
Does
minute.
my Dreadnought have special rules? It's been upgraded.
Yeah, it just has more capacity, more movement. So that'll take the hit. That fight is dead in a second.
Okay.
I got my 2 Dreadnoughts hitting on 6s.
1
9,
hit.
1 hit.
So can you do the
Presume
same
you've
for
got to
me?
do a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Warson is 6 shots, is that right?
Yeah,
Yep.
6 shots hitting on 3.
3s.
That's 1 miss.
Oh damn. So that's 5.
5 hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, it's Clash of the Titans.
And
Warsons.
then I've got 1 more son. So I got
3 shots.
3 shots hitting on 4s. 1.
That's the other fighter.
Hi, Mr. Fighter. You tried your best.
So this is the start of a new round, so you can declare withdrawals. So this would happen after the fight.
Yeah.
So are you guys just going to continue?
Yeah, do you want to run away, Josh?
No.
Okay, it's going for another round. Jo-Nar was just checking out his deck.
Yeah.
And Josh is just chilling, waiting to unleash. I'm going to quickly show you the scoreboard so far.
Right, I've got 1 hitting on 10s, so I might as well roll that one first. Oh, I've got 2 hitting on 10s, so I'll roll them
I've
first.
only got 1.
I got that and
Oh,
this.
okay. Yeah. So I'm still at 1 though. Neither.
9.
Okay, and then it's my Dreadnought hitting on 5s, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a 3.
I have 2 Dreadnoughts hitting on 4s.
1 hit.
1 hit. Who do you want to take the hit?
Well, the Dreadnought gets sustained
Yeah.
damage, right?
Both got sustained damage. They've all got sustained damage.
I'm gonna go with the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There you go.
Tips on the side, just indicates that it's sustained damage.
I've got you go on. You roll your 6 shots from your Warsons.
1 miss. So that's
Another
5.
5.
hits.
1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, there's a fighter there. I've got a fighter. 5. That's
So your Warson's taking this
Sustained
damage.
Oh, actually, I've got a fighter there. Kill that.
Yeah.
Warson's fine.
It's fair.
Let me roll for my Warson. 2 hits. So they can both take a damage or one of them.
Both take damage.
Oh.
And Johnny, you got a fighter as well, still to roll for that you destroyed.
Yeah, so hitting on a 10. Maybe.
I'm just gonna time
9.
Nope. No.
his direct hit on one of your dreadnoughts.
So the action cards get played, and what you can do is basically benefit your ships, and also you can find ones which, well, sabotage and also benefit in defense as well.
Dreadnought's gone, yeah.
Yep.
So Jono had nothing to sustain damage.
Yeah. Fun. Right.
Okay.
I got 1 hitting on a 6. No,
Is it 3?
misses.
So
You've
is this -1 to
got,
hit?
you've got 1 hitting on a 4.
Yours isn't there?
No, you've got 5, sorry.
3. No.
No.
Oh, when you sustain damage, is it -1 to hit?
No.
No, my race has -1 to hit.
Cool. So then this is my Warsons.
Yeah, 6 shots.
1 miss, 5 damage.
5.
Okay.
So that's everything.
Yep, so Jono, you just attack yours, and then...
Yeah. So
So you need all 3 to hit, don't you?
3 shots, yeah.
And a 4s.
Coming on 4s.
1
2.
miss.
2.
Ooh.
So how many did I took? I took 5 shots.
5, yeah.
And I've only got... Cool, is what it is.
Yep, and then Josh, you need to lose 2 of your ships unless you've got something in your action cards.
No.
Oh man, and that was brutal. Oh damn.
Goodbye, friends.
And Josh, where again? When was that invading?
Here.
Here.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. This is it.
We're good?
Yeah. You get 2 shots with PDS.
When you've got a certain upgrade, yeah? I got 1 hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What grade have you
When one or more of you
Oh,
units
right,
is
one of
bombarded
those.
space,
Right.
turn 1 additional hit. So one of you guys is dead. You're done for, Chris. You're all
Doomed.
gone. You can't win here. I killed one of your fighters. Stop looking for stuff to get away with one fighter dying. Just kill the fighter.
Every little helps. Okay. Okay. I'll live with that.
That hurt, didn't it?
No, in fact, I won't live with that. That's just going to sustain damage balls to it. Right, so attack! Right, let's get my fighters going. I'll do my destroy first, actually, before you fight it. So 2 shots, a 9. Hup. No! So that does nothing.
You're done for. I'm hitting on a 10. You ready? This is the 10 right now. This is Luke Skywalker piloting. He's got it down. Okay.
No, I tried to do the Qui-Gon Jinn dice wave.
Actually, on Fish People, it's Admiral Akbar.
Okay, so my
Admiral
fighters.
Akbar needs to improve his aim.
1, 2.
You got 3 hitting on 9 because you've got your destroyer in there as well.
Yeah. I'm a fighter since 7, so it's
Okay,
on the
so
cruiser 3, big cruiser 7s.
You got 2 hitting on a 9. Just roll 2 9s.
That's missing 7s. No, 1 7. Is that the fighter?
Fighter's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Admiral Akbar could have done much better.
Cool. And then
Come on, bring it, bro.
ground combat.
Show us what you got.
Okay, well, I'm going to commit as well my fighters to ground combat.
No, you won't like that.
No. I'm just going to put these to one side so I know how many.
You won't enjoy that. Don't do it.
Choo choo choo.
Against my 2 brave men.
Oh, before I do that as well, no, I can't do that.
No.
Don't bombard me.
Even if you
as you
did,
can
I've
see,
got a
yeah.
planetary
Yes.
shield.
Yeah, you are.
The Warsons were taken back.
Right, hitting on 9s. Let's have a look.
Fish attack.
Yeah,
Oh,
one hit.
Down.
Take that, Mr. Fighter or human person,
Yeah.
whoever Chris wants.
So I'm gonna do two.
Snake
It's 2 fighters, 7.
No hits.
Right. So then it's gonna be fighters.
Crown forces.
Yep, ground forces. So 7s again.
1.
1.
Cool. So you lose 1, I lose 1.
Yep. Alright.
Wait, is this coming out of your flagship?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You
Coming out
can
of
do
your
this.
Yeah,
You can do it.
You can do it.
All of them hitting on 7s anyway, so 4.
Yeah. 4 hits and 7.
Yeah.
1.
Ah, well. Huzzah!
And the planet become crystals.
This comes full of sneak.
You won't like
Battle
this.
of 2 planets, y'all. So PDS first.
No PD. Yeah, there is a PDS.
There is me.
Let you shoot at me once, hitting on 6s, I think.
5s.
6.
Hmm?
5 or 6? Or is it just my cannon that's a bit.
It's 5.
No, it's just my cannon.
One.
You get an
battle
additional shot. If it's plasma scoring, you get 2
So
shots.
2 shots. Hitting on 5s. No!
Cool. I've got 4 shots, hitting on 10s.
And I'm also going to use morale booster, so I get +1 to my dice rolls.
Could have used that before.
Yeah, no, I should have, but
4 shots, hitting on 10s.
0.
Yeah, that's what we like. Pew pew.
right. So I get 3 shots hitting on 7s, or hitting on 6s.
3.
2.
Or 2.
2 shots.
2 shots. I'll sustain on him, and I'll lose 1 fighter.
And that'll be, I'm using direct hit. So
On the fighter. On the fighter. Fighter's dead.
not quite on your.
Oh, in that case, well,
You can't change your mind now.
I've changed my mind.
So only can say after. So that's those 2 gone.
So, I've got. What else have I? Oh, he still gets to. Still he hasn't shot yet, has he? He still gets to shoot.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, check
Oh,
that.
plus I need him. I need to roll. He hits on a 10 as well. 2. Then I've got my 2
Yeah,
dreadnoughts,
it's GT Dreadnoughts.
which are hitting on 6s.
It is.
Nope.
Pew pew pew.
Now he's dead.
Sound effects. Pew pew pew. Yep.
Right. Next.
I've got 4 hitting on 10s. 1 hit.
1 hit.
Okay.
A fine hit.
And I've got 3 hitting on 7s. Ooh.
2 hits.
2 bits. Let's have a look
So,
at some action cards. But
That was just the one.
That's 2. It's a big one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I'm just going to use shield holding again. So that's -2. But you know, I only sustain 1. But...
Bit premature to use that.
Oh no, I just want all the shots.
It's isn't it Chris's
I
cruiser?
rolled my dreadnought. No, second
Oh,
round, aren't we? I need to
yeah.
roll my dreadnought. No, his cruisers and his fighters all hit on the same. I need to roll my
okay.
dreadnought. Hit on 6s. For goodness sake.
Okay.
Flipping heck.
I think I've got stormtroopers flying my ships.
Oh man, I forgot to use that PDS there as well.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh no.
When did you upgrade to PDS?
Oh, a while ago.
Fair.
So my 3 shots again. So John, are you doing yours again? Start a new round of combat.
Yeah, go on. 2 hitting on
Let's
10s.
just see what I've got.
None. 1 hitting on a
I'm
6.
going to use morale booster.
Bloody hell.
So these are hitting on
6s.
Yeah.
No, hit.
Oh
I'll
my
take
word.
that.
This
Oh
is
my word.
this
One
is-
more again. Hitting on 10s.
Yes.
1
One
hit.
hit.
Yay!
Okay, hitting on 7s.
2 hits.
2 hits. Yep.
So Chris
Shield
takes
holding,
1.
cancel it.
Oh,
I've got
butler.
1 more shot. Hitting on 6s. Hey, 2 hits.
So take another
another
fighter
1
off.
dead.
Fighter.
That makes no difference to be honest. They all hitting 7s.
And Jono takes 2 damage.
Cancel 2.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Hitting on 10s.
Hold on. Before you do.
Oh. Another beat for
Nope.
me. Hitting on 6s. Hey, he's dead.
No, he's dead. Pew pew.
And I'll take this planet here, that's now mine.
Okay, so I'm just going to shoot my PDS on this location here. Josh has just moved in against Jono. So,
One hit.
Um,
You've got the ability to stay.
yeah, I'll sustain damage on. Wait, can I do carry it maybe?
No, they don't have.
Just on this guy.
Okay. I got 2 hitting on 10s.
Oh,
Hey, 1 hit. And I got 1 hitting on a 6. Hey, 2 hits. Nice.
The experience now, John.
Pick some experience. The battle hardened.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll sustain damage on the other two then.
Okay. So that's.
Would it be nice if I had a card that's been used on me twice now, which is a direct hit? Is it be nice
right.
to actually used on me twice?
Right, my
I forgot to do something before, but it is what it is.
so my flagship gets 2 attacks, hits on 7s.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to move this up here?
No, it's all good. I was just explaining the thing.
Both are 1 hits.
Oh, 1 hit.
I'm going to use a trade good to make that 2 hits.
Oh, nice. That's what the lion folk can do. Spend their resources. Their
So-
gold.
What, like the 10 now? Oh,
No, so 2
increase
hits
hits.
from my flagship.
your flagship got 2 hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And then my 2 dreadnoughts hits on 5s. That's 1 hit.
Ooh, sustained damage.
Then my cruiser, my carrier, hits on 9s.
Come on,
Okay.
bad boy.
Is this start of a new round of combat?
Yeah. Can I retreat now?
You basically announce that you're going to retreat, unless you've got one of those action cards that allow you to auto retreat.
Screw it. Let's go. Hitting on a 6. Let's take him out. 8.
Nice.
It's 1 hit.
Yeah, it's an 8. I'll take that dreadnought.
He still gets to
He still
shoot
gets to
though.
shoot,
He still
yeah.
gets to shoot.
So this dreadnought does not hit.
Pew-pew.
Any of the dice, please?
Oh, yeah.
I've got them here.
I only need 1 now.
So my
Getting quite bloody this sector.
He hits on a 9.
so the cruiser.
You might as well roll for him. He hits on a 9. You got 1.
That's a
He's
nice
still
one.
alive. My flagship.
10. 2
Yeah.
10s.
Oh, 2 10s, wow.
You did your best, Mr. Dreadnought. And if you get a 5, then he's dead.
It's a 1 hit. 10.
10.
10.
Goodbye, friend.
Bombardment has been
Nice
accomplished.
having you while you were here.
And then am I able to shoop?
Oh, yes.
Planet's over here, Josh.
He's occupied one of my planets and one of Jono's, which he obviously taken from me.
A
Wunderbar.
5 is what you've got, Chris.
3 shots, is it?
3 shots in on a
Is
5.
it just +1 to one of them?
Yeah.
That's a bit lame, isn't it?
Is this Mechathorax?
Yeah.
This is the battle here.
Pew pew!
On this.
On this planet.
And I'll get a shoot with my PDS on 5+. That's, all
3
3.
hits. Goodbye, fighters.
Hold the
It's
line!
nice knowing you.
Hold the line!
You're all rubbish anyway. Right, which one of these ships do you want to destroy, Chris? It's either him or him, but you know.
Oh, it's just because you're lame tech.
Yeah.
That's going to have to be that.
My super dead good tech. Right, so I've got 2, 4, I got 6 hitting on 10. You got another dice for me. 6 hitting on 10! Boom! Typical, no
Nice.
hits.
Okay.
Right, do you want me to just roll all my other ones while you're
Yeah,
thinking
it's,
about
yeah.
then?
No, go ahead. Well, John, I should roll it all anyway. Let's get
2
this out of the way.
2 hitting on a 7. That's
Oh.
2 hits. I've got 1 hitting on 8. Hits. And then I've got 1 hitting on a 6. And then 3 hitting on a 4.
Good lord.
Two.
So 4 hits altogether.
And then my turn.
Yeah. So you've got
So 4, 6. 6 shots. Hitting on 7. Lame.
2.
2.
And then Dreadnought on a 5, I believe. Yep.
No.
4 hitting on a 9. Which was 4 dice.
What do you need? 4.
4 hitting on a 10, sorry.
4 hitting on a 10.
None. Okay. I got 1 hitting on an 8, I think. Yeah, 1 hitting on an 8. Nope. 1 hitting on a 6. Nope. 2 hitting on a 7. 1 hit. Oh, bloody buggers. We're making a combat roll from this shit. Each result of a 9 or 10 produces 2 additional hits.
2 additional?
2 additional, so that's 3 hits.
So 3 hits in total.
Yeah, so by 2 fighters and then a sustained damage. And then my Warsome.
Oh wait, I've got something that saves everything.
I've played some Warhammer games like that.
3 hitting on a 4.
Rewind time.
1 hit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yep, it's okay.
You still get to shoot him,
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
don't you? 2 hitting on a 7.
7.
No hits.
No. 2 1s, wow.
And then
Snake
1
eyes.
hitting on a 5.
5. 1.
Wait, 1 hit. That's sustained damage.
And where was this again? Macro Rex?
Megator, so it's fly back.
The fishes.
Okay, so it was a very, very close game in the end
For those two.
for me and Josh. I think if, to be honest, I'll start for me and then these guys can go on, but it was a last ditch effort. Josh, again, won't go too far, but he was pretty much winning the end of this round. The last ditch effort for me was to control this section here, then obviously need to take one of Josh's planets here, hold on to Megator, which obviously is fine, but at the same time needs to cut through. It was an absolute ball ache of a thing that Jono did to cut me off, which is fair. And then, yeah, and obviously Josh retreated back, so unfortunately it was a possibility to win, but it was a bit of a Hail Mary. So
basically, I was in a position where I got to decide who won, and then I said, who attacked me first? And it was Chris, so I was like, alright, Josh gets to win.
And as I said in my last video, I kind of reached the point where I didn't want to expand any further and I didn't want any more violence. So, so I stopped with the aggressive tactics and became a bit more of a vulture and just focused on getting objectives. So I cashed in all the objectives I could, and then that left me with 2 left with an automatic win on the last objective, which was to own 3 unit upgrades, which I already had. So my goal for the last turn was just to survive with 2 War Suns on my home capital. That was kind of a given at that point.
Yeah, especially with the law that you're only allowed a maximum of 4 ships, you can't even outnumber you, can you?
Which you brought in as well.
Well, no, it worked in my favour, to be fair. But like you guys said, you knew if you left me alone for too long, my economy was building up too good.
Yeah, it always does. It's one thing that you got to strike Jono quick. Otherwise,
Yeah, you got to keep
game over.
You got to keep him on his toes from like the midpoint onwards, otherwise he blobs.
Yeah, and I need to change my play style because it's too predictable. As much as I enjoy playing that way, it's too predictable.
Well, I was going to say, Jono, you had 2 ways of stopping both of us from winning.
Yeah.
So, as you said before, you could have tried to slingshot over there, but Josh's homeworld, but that didn't quite pay off because Josh retreated.
Yeah, I basically got to
Just-
choose who won,
Yeah.
which I'm quite happy with.
Yeah, influenced the game.
As somebody who couldn't win, getting to choose who wins
That's what you
is a
want.
nice position.
That's the
But no, it's a really good game. It's what took us about 4 or 5 hours.
longer than I thought it would.
You know what was quite nice? Because we've had 5 or 6 games at this point. We've got War Suns out a couple of times on the board, but we've never actually had them fired.
Yeah, true.
But in this one, we
They're
had
out
about
second term.
4 or
I think-
5 of them, maybe 6
6, I
combats.
think, yeah.
So it's quite nice just to use them because we hadn't had a chance before.
Yeah, there's still yet to build one, but yeah, we'll get there. But no, that's great. So thank you all for watching. As always, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you enjoy the content, put a comment down below too. Obviously, it helps with the YouTube algorithm, defeating those gods and all. But yeah, so thank you all for joining. Take care and let the dice tell the story.
See ya.